For some Americans, Portugal is one of the best retirement decisions they will ever make. For others, moving there could be a very expensive mistake. After 8 episodes of primary source research, here's the honest answer. You have met Maria and Tom throughout this series. They sold their home in Phoenix, moved to Lisbon, had a rough first week when their rental car was broken into, nearly came home, and stayed. They are on their 2nd year now. Last month, Maria told her daughter she wants to stay permanently. Maria and Tom did not have a perfect transition. They had a prepared one, eventually. The bureaucracy was slow. The language took longer than they expected. The tax picture required a specialist to get right. None of it was easy, and they would do it again. Whether Portugal is right for you depends on a specific set of factors. We are going to go through all of them. Starting with an honest scorecard. 8 episodes. Here is what the primary sources confirmed. Visas. The D7 requires €920 per month in passive income. Most Americans on Social Security qualify. The Golden Visa property route closed in October 2023. Citizenship now takes 10 years for Americans under the new nationality law that entered into force in May 2026. Taxes. NHR ended January 2024. Private pensions taxable in Portugal. Social Security protected by the U.S.-Portugal Treaty. Pension deduction of €4,350 reduces the effective rate significantly for most retirees. Healthcare. Medicare does not follow you. SNS is available to legal residents. Private supplemental insurance is essential. Specialist waiting times are the honest caveat. Safety. 7th safest country in the world. Level 1 from the State Department. Pickpocketing in tourist areas is the preparation item. Everything else is genuinely safe. Now the scorecard. We are going to score Portugal across 8 categories that matter most for American retirees. Not a ranking against other countries. A straightforward assessment of what you are actually getting. Safety. 9 out of 10. This is Portugal's strongest category. 7th safest country in the world. The same State Department advisory level as Germany, Australia, and Japan. 89 homicides for 10 million people. Pickpocketing in tourist areas requires awareness, but it is not a safety crisis. It is a preparation item. Lifestyle fit. 8 out of 10. Walkable cities, mild climate, a food culture that most Americans find extraordinary. A pace of life that is genuinely different from the United States. If you are leaving a high-stress American city, this is a significant quality of life upgrade for most people. Cost of living. 7 out of 10. Still affordable relative to most major U.S. cities, but Lisbon housing has risen significantly in recent years. The Algarve and smaller cities remain strong value. Do not budget based on articles written in 2019. Research your specific target area. Healthcare. 7 out of 10. SNS is available to legal residents and works well for primary care and emergencies. Specialist waiting lists are real. Private supplemental insurance bridges that gap effectively. Not a deal breaker with proper planning. Ease of integration. 7 out of 10. Large expat communities in Lisbon and the Algarve. Portuguese people are genuinely welcoming. Language is the primary barrier to full integration, manageable with commitment. Tax picture. 6 out of 10. NHR is gone. Pensions are taxable at progressive rates. Social Security is protected. The pension deduction helps most retirees significantly, but this requires a qualified U.S. expat tax specialist, not a standard CPA, not a local Portuguese accountant. Get the right professional. Language barrier. 6 out of 10. English gets you far in Lisbon, Porto, and the Algarve. It does not get you through official processes. healthcare appointments in the public system, or daily life in smaller towns. You must commit to learning the basics. Babble is in the resources section. Bureaucracy, 5 out of 10. This is Portugal's most honest challenge. AIMA is backlogged. Bank account opening is harder than most articles suggest. Every official process takes longer than it should. If you approach this with patience and the right local help, it is manageable. If you expect American efficiency, you will be frustrated. Overall picture, strong on the things that matter most: safety, lifestyle, healthcare, cost of living. Challenging on the things that require the most preparation: bureaucracy, language, taxes. Portugal is right for you if these things are true about your situation. You plan to actually live there, not visit occasionally. Move there. The D7 requires 16 months in Portugal during your first 2 years. If you want to build a life somewhere genuinely different, Portugal delivers. Your passive income meets the threshold. Social Security plus any pension or investment income at 920 euros per month or more. Most Americans on Social Security and a modest pension qualify. You value safety as a priority. If you have been concerned about crime in your current U.S. city, the data strongly supports Portugal as an improvement. You have done the tax planning with the right specialist. You know what your effective rate will be. You have modeled the numbers for your specific pension and 401k situation. The numbers work for you. You have patience for the process. The bureaucracy is slow. The D7 takes 6 to 9 months. If you approach it as part of the journey, Portugal rewards you. You are willing to learn Portuguese. You do not need fluency before you arrive. You need a commitment to learning the basics over your first year. Portugal is not right for you if any of these are true. You want to stay primarily in the United States. The Golden Visa investment route requires 500,000 euros, and citizenship now takes 10 years. The D7 requires actual residency. Portugal does not work as a part-time base for most people. You have large 401k distributions and have not modeled the Portuguese tax picture with a specialist. The numbers may still work, but you need to know what they are before you commit. You need specialist healthcare immediately. SNS waiting lists for specialists are real. Private insurance shortens them but does not eliminate them. If you have a condition requiring regular specialist attention, plan this carefully. You built your financial plan around NHR. That regime ended January 2024. Run the numbers under the current standard progressive tax system before you make any decisions. Most retire abroad content glosses over the parts of Portugal that are genuinely difficult. We are not going to do that. Bureaucracy is real and it is slow. Every process takes longer than you expect. Go in with patience and the right local professional help. Lisbon housing costs have risen significantly. Research your specific target neighborhood, not national averages. Language matters more than most articles admit. English gets you through the tourist experience. Portuguese is how Portugal actually works. Banking is harder than you have read. We cover this in full in episode 10. Know going in that it requires more effort than a standard U.S. account opening. None of these are reasons not to move to Portugal. They are reasons to go in prepared, which is what this series has been about from the beginning. Here is our recommendation. Not a hedge, not an it depends. A direct position based on 8 episodes of verified primary source research. For middle-class Americans who want slower living, genuine safety, affordable healthcare access, and a fundamentally different quality of life, Portugal is still one of the best retirement options available right now. Not because it is perfect, because the data supports it in the ways that matter most. If you plan to actually live there, commit to the language, get the right tax specialist, and go in with realistic expectations about the bureaucracy, Portugal will reward you. Maria and Tom would tell you the same thing. We built a free resource for everyone watching this series, the Portugal Retirement Scorecard. 9 categories, every visa requirement, tax rule, healthcare gap, safety preparation item, and practical step you need before you move in one document. Think of it as your personal checklist for applying what we covered across these 8 episodes to your specific situation. Is Portugal a fit for your retirement income, your healthcare needs, your lifestyle goals? The scorecard helps you work through it. It is free. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Enter your email, and it comes straight to your inbox. So, Maria and Tom are still in Lisbon. 2nd year. The bureaucracy was hard. The language took longer than expected. They had a rough first month. Last month, Maria told her daughter she wants to stay permanently. They were not unsafe. They were not unlucky. They went in without the full picture. Now you have it. One more episode in the Portugal series. Episode 10 covers banking. How to open an account, which banks work best for American expats, and what nobody tells you about moving money to Portugal. Subscribe so you do not miss it. All sources across this entire series are in the episode descriptions. Primary documents only. Go verify everything yourself. That is how this channel works. This is Next Chapter Abroad, your retirement, your world. We will see you next time.